What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nerdicane here. It is New Comic Book Day, and yeah, this is from last week, but I got some new comic books here that I'm going to do later today. But I want to get this out of the way. I want to take my medicine. This is Harley Quinn number 44. I got to admit, the only reason I bought it is the cover artist, Bilquis Evely. She's a Brazilian artist. She does a lot of work for DC. I'm stating that now. DC Comics, if you're listening, I bought this comic just because she was doing the cover. That's the only reason. I like her work that much, and she's great with the fans. She needs more work. Okay, make her rich. Make her a rich lady in comic books. Okay, so we're getting this book. Christabella wrote this, and Christabella, quite famously, recently said he wants to publish conservative writers, just sort of like, throwing down the gauntlet, except he's already blocked every conservative on Twitter. And here's the thing about that. Talented people want a merit-based comics industry, so we don't want Christabella, we don't want your help getting in there. We don't need your help getting in there. If the industry is merit-based and talent-based, a writer should be able to get his script in front of an editor. The editor should be able to read it, and just based on the quality of that work, they should say, okay, come do a fill-in issue of this, or come do this. Send me more scripts. Let me see what else you got. Let me see how consistent you are. That's how the industry should work. It shouldn't be you're in doing that. Christabella was basically creating himself as a gatekeeper to the industry, and we don't want gatekeepers. We want merit-based system. This book took forever to read. Oh my God, that's awful. I don't want to look at that. This book took a very, very long time to read because Christabella, he just falls into this sort of silly-billy type of storytelling, but when it's not an actual fight, which these fight sequences were okay. I like the art. I like the artist. Look at that. Look, hips. Female figure. Very good. I like that. This is very good style. Although, this is one of those books that had like one artist for a third of the book, and then it wasn't a consecutive third of the book, and then another artist for a different part. But the styles weren't really jarring. I really couldn't tell where one ended and one began until I saw that on the credits. Actually, you know what? Let's go back and give credit where credit's due. And DC does this really small. There you go. See, two different artists on this. One writer who was pretty much awful. But I mean, this is a basic Harley Quinn story. And what they've done with Harley Quinn, well, when there's not action going on, it's a lot of blah 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 blah. So Harley Quinn, in the recent months and years, they've sort of softened her and turned her into a hero, and that really rarely works because you take the villain and you make him a hero. To do that, you have to erase aspects that made them interesting. The biggest one I can think of is, there's a couple. Venom. When he wasn't the villain, and they made him a hero because he was so cool and they wanted to get him in a miniseries, but when he wasn't a villain, he lost that vengeance against Spider-Man angle. He lost that anger, and it was very different. It was very difficult for me to accept him turning that towards other villains or bank robbers, because they had really done nothing to him. And that was sort of Venom's thing, is Eddie Brock was ruined by Peter Parker, and the Venom symbiote was rejected by Peter Parker. So they both had that common theme going, but they were both angry at the same time, for different reasons. But they came together and they became one entity, and it was really great. Venom always referred to himself as we and things like that. But it's a lot of dialogue and just some silly Billy talking mechanical beaver, which I don't really know where that came from. But the art's good. I like the art. So there's these two cults. The cult of this pig guy and the cult of these Reaper guys. And apparently they have some weird deal together that doesn't really work when you think about it. But for the plots, for the purposes of the story, they kind of jammed them together. And the dialogue, this dialogue is just painful to read. It's just way too much blah, 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 blah. Even the way that they get these two cults to fight each other was kind of stupid. But, yeah, basically, here we go through here's like Harley Quinn has her, like so many women that I know on Facebook and in real life, but I follow their feeds and see it. They have this like level of self-loathing. They're like, oh, here, now my outside matches my inside. And I guess this page right here, this is supposed to be the big splash action page. It's like he looked up his crazy cat lady aunt's Facebook posts and just got that dialogue straight from there. Yeah, it's blah, 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 blah. But whatever, it's just like blah, blah, blah. These guys wear pig. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. This is, don't buy this. Christabella. The art's really good. I hope to see more of this artist. Then out of nowhere, at the end of this, these two people are like in love with each other. And this, okay, so the whole thing, the whole reason she went down there and took on these two cults is because her favorite bodega, her favorite bodega was blown up. Villain Harley Quinn would have blown the bodega up herself for not putting mustard on her sandwich and then not thought anything of it. So you take that away, you take that random chaos, which was the really neat thing about Harley Quinn, was the contrast of like a really beautiful, smart woman, and then there was that side that was enchanted by the Joker, and she's mimicking the Joker in everything she does. So she's very smart, talented, agile, and then just ultra violent. So when you make her a hero, you take that interesting part away from her, and suddenly, instead of blowing up the bodega, she's taking down two cults because she thinks that the cults blew up her bodega. And then we get to the end, and like her, I don't know who these people are, like her SJW friends show up, and so it turns out, it was all a mistake. The thing that led you to think that that's what happened wasn't what happened, and it's just like, this is like an episode of Seinfeld, where it's just like, it's just so wacky, misunderstanding, and then we're right back. Nothing mattered. Nothing happened. Nothing got accomplished. Yeah. And then there's a preview of Teen Titans 23, which is that Starfire? What happened to Starfire? Holy cow. I hope that's not Starfire. That's a really long face. Yeah, this book sucked. Christabella, you should not invite new writers into the industry, because the one thing that a new writer would do, what new writers in the industry would do, is they would take work away from you. Yeah, this is a go nowhere issue. Really, nothing happened. Just kind of had like a wacky Seinfeld or more like Friends, like a wacky Friends misunderstanding, motivation and ending. So, yeah, that's it. Don't buy this. It sucks. But Bilquis, if she does prints, I'd buy a print. I'd buy a print of that. That's a good looking print. But she does a lot of great work. Go check out her art on Twitter. She's very good, very devoted to her craft, and very good with the fans. But I'm Nerdicane. Thanks for watching. We're coming up on 10 minutes. I don't know what else I can talk about. I'm not gonna try to stretch it to 10 minutes like DNC will every once in a while. But hit a like, hit a subscribe, hit a share. I'm gonna push really hard over the next couple months to try to get to 1,000 followers. That way I can get monetized. I really don't want to do a Patreon or any of those other things like people do, or super chats or things like that. If I can just make a little bit of money off of the advertisers of YouTube, I'd be fine with that. I mean, if I got like 500 views per video, that'd be fun. But thank you to all my subscribers. I'm at 81 right now, and look at me, I'm just babbling and getting pretty close to 10 minutes. In other news, I might be doing a podcast with another YouTuber, so that might be fun. I got to go watch the entire season 2 of Luke Cage real quick. But thanks for watching. Have a good day, and Yeah, I'm Nerdicane. Bye.